Coming up on this week's news, potential purchasers of plug-in solar systems are set to encounter a major setback. Ikea's solar panel installer goes bust, leaving customers high and dry, and the long-awaited launch of Amendment 4 of the Wiring Regs is marred by a renewed row over its price tag. Welcome to Electrical News Weekly in association with Anker Solix, maker of one of the world's most beautiful home storage batteries, the X1. Whether you're listening in the van, on-site or down at the wholesale counter, I'm Joe Robinson and I've been through the best of the electrical industry news to save you the trouble. We're being lit by Flex 7 with their lightning-fast pre-wired modular lighting connection system that keeps your installation times razor sharp. And this week's challenge word competition is supported by the good people at Brady. If you need a label, they've got a printer and so much more. If you think you've spotted the two words that I've been challenged to slip into this week's show, comment with them below for the chance to win this exclusive kit branded with friends of the show, Quickwire and ChumpTools. And while you're there, click the links in the show notes to check out what our sponsors offer. Brits considering buying a plug-in solar system are encountering their first major setback. That's because it emerged that renters and even leaseholders may need permission from their landlord to install the kit. This potential spanner in the works for what promised to be a popular piece of renewable technology has been flagged up by the newspaper. It reveals that even in Germany, where renters have specific legal right to use the equipment, landlords apply onerous and expensive technical conditions to block the installs. The paper says that, as it stands, renters and flat owners in the UK need to obtain permission from their landlord or building owner in order to make alterations to their property. Typically, plug-in solar must be securely mounted to a surface such as a roof or balcony railing. The issue urgently needs to be resolved, say Green campaigners. That's because plug-in solar kits are about to hit the shops. Lidl and Amazon are among the retailers expected to be stocking them this summer. The photovoltaic sets will cost around £400 and could save around £100 a year on energy. They're designed to be put in gardens and on balconies. You simply plug them into a standard socket outlet. Last month, Energy Secretary Ed Miliband gave the green light to the tech in response to the war in the Middle East. However, both the IET and the Electrical Contractors Association have raised concerns on both safety grounds and acceptance by the insurance industry. Some even suggest the advent of the technology requires a fifth amendment to the 18th edition of the wiring regulations. But industry observers say it's the issue of landlords that could really see the development founder in the UK like a seahorse in a tidal wave. Meanwhile, another retailer who's expected to stock plug-in solar in its UK stores is facing a barrage of criticism. Ikea is under fire after its authorised solar panel installer in the UK went bust. The winding up of Solly UK operations follows the collapse of its European parent. The Swedish flogger of flat-pack furniture announced the supply and install offer to much fanfare last October. Ikea said at the time that to ensure that installations complied with all the regulations, the renewable kit would be installed by certified and qualified installers. The retailer had partnerships with both Solly and Swedish firm Era to deliver the service. The latter continues to operate successfully, but many customers of Solly face losing their deposits. These typically run into thousands of pounds. The Guardian newspaper has accused IKEA of washing its hands of the situation. Its consumer affairs champion Anna Timms described the retailer's silence over the matter as a disgrace. There was no silence in the trade last week, however. That's because the long-awaited introduction of Amendment 4 of the Wiring Regs reignited the row over its cost. The IET is asking electricians to stump up £125 for the amended document, but many sparks took to social media to express their continuing anger over what they see as a tax on the trade. The price tag was variously dubbed a rip-off, a scam and an astronomical sum. One poster pointed out how the Australian and New Zealand wiring rules are free to download. Others said that if you bought one edition, you should get the updates for free rather than having to purchase a whole new document. But the technical changes themselves appear to have been relatively well received. The most contentious edition appears to be in earthing, with the major addition of protective neutral bonding, or PNB. While similar in appearance to PME or TNCS, PNB differs by requiring electricians to place an earth electrode within 40 metres of the installation. The latter is controlled by the DNO. This closer earth reference reduces the risks associated with pen conductor failure. These are often associated with dangerous touch voltages and diverted neutral currents. Commentators were, however, concerned that the requirement to confirm the earthing arrangement with the DNO wasn't realistic. Overall, Amendment 4 reinforces a shift toward greater responsibility, requiring electricians to base decisions on risk, understand system behaviour and clearly justify their work. Our top tip is to get the latest Wiring Regs with Amendment 4 at the Doc Store, where you can not only buy the Tangerine Dream book, but also exclusive tabs that help you to mark up and navigate BS 7671. I've put a link to its page in the show notes. In promotion news, a reminder that there's 2 World Cup tickets on offer in a special competition organised by BG and eFIXX. You get to go to a group stage match in Miami. The travel and hotel are all laid on. Simply buy £20 worth of BG products, upload your proof of purchase and play the BG penalty shootout game. Score a goal to win one of 300 instant prizes. You'll also be automatically entered into the draw for the 2 hospitality tickets at Miami Gardens. I've put a link to this top competition in the show notes. Brady has developed a barcode scanning app which can consolidate a whole workflow into one place. It seamlessly scans over 46 types of barcodes, including direct part marking. It can also generate 33 barcode types, including GS1. A built-in security check actively looks for malicious QR codes, while error correction automatically repairs damaged QR codes to ensure maximum reliability. You can scan and input barcode values directly into a Google Sheet without any importing and exporting. Finally, you can connect directly to different Brady printers for extra professionalism. Another great app has been designed to help electricians organise their work, design circuits and provide estimates. Dubbed Sparky, it's the best one for the trade that we've seen so far. Maybe that's because it was created by electricians for electricians. It simplifies the circuit design process, removing the need to perform complex calculations and look up figures in tables. You simply input the variables and Sparky does the rest. The app also produces a comprehensive report detailing the calcs for each circuit and which tables were used. It ensures that your circuits are designed in accordance with BS 7671. You can take pics and record details of your work as you go for easy reference. And with just a few clicks, you can create a report detailing your installation for customers, co-workers, or your competent person scheme. It will also generate EICs, EICRs, and minor work certs. You can check out Sparky at the eLEX show this Thursday and Friday, the 23rd and 24th of April at West Point, Exeter. ChumpTools will also be at the eLEX show in Exeter to unveil the company's latest innovation. I've had a sneak peek at it, but I've been sworn to secrecy for now, so get down there to see it for yourself. If you're not familiar with it, ChumpTools is basically a clever piece of perforated plastic. You push it up through a 25mm hole, usually the same one for the cable, and then flatten it by pulling the handle. You then screw through the plaster to reach one of its many holes. This secures it nicely to the plasterboard. It means you don't have to use wall plugs, and it helps to spread the weight of the light across the ceiling. It also minimises the risk of plasterboard failure caused by drilling near the edges. It comes in 2 sizes, 12 and 25 centimetres. The company says it really comes into its own at second fix for pendant lights. This can be a tricky task as it really needs you to have lots of hands. However, using the second handle hole of the ChumpTools, you can suspend the light fitting and do the second fix with 2 hands for the first time ever. Just grab a cable tie, a short length of conductor, or anything else you can think of. If you've already installed your ChumpTools, a bent CPC is ideal to feed up and pull it back through the hole. I've put a link in the show notes to some videos that Gary's made about all the things you can do with ChumpTools. Also exhibiting at the eLEX show is Live Electrical, who are currently marketing a clever double pole copper busbar. The unit's double pole configuration allows for simultaneous connection of both line and neutral terminals. This not only simplifies installation, but also improves overall circuit organisation and reduces clutter inside consumer units, doing away with flying leads from RCBOs. Following the feedback they've received from eFIXX viewers, those perspicacious folks at Live are also creating some new devices to fit the innovative busbar. The design supports quick and secure connections, helping you to save time while maintaining high safety standards. And the busbars can even be extended by means of a clever clipping action and secured with the terminals of an RCBO. Genius. Again, you can check it out at the eLEX show in Exeter this week, and if you head over to the Live Electrical stand and use the key expression, "Jeff's got your back," as long as you're one of the first 20 to do so, you'll get your hands on a branded backpack and a thermal flask, both great bits of kit. That offer's available on both days. But if you can't make it down in person and you'd like to check out the double pole busbar in action yourself, then simply pop "Jeff's got your back" in the comments of this video before midnight on the Wednesday after release. Everyone who does so will go into a random draw to win one of 10 consumer units pre-populated with the busbars and RCBOs, as well as a backpack and flask. We'll announce the winners in next week's show. Another piece of innovative kit we love here at eFIXX is the Viperclip. This is a cable stapler for securing twin and earth and fire resistant cables, and like all the best bits of kit, it's another innovation designed for electricians by electricians. The tool uses preloaded clips that are fired into place, avoiding the need for manual hammering. It's intended to speed up the process of fixing cables to surfaces while maintaining consistent spacing and secure fastening. The mechanism is spring powered and reloads quickly, allowing multiple clips to be fitted in succession. Each clip holds the cable firmly without crushing or damaging the insulation. Gary and Rick loved it when they got their mitts on one for a bench test. I've popped a link to the video in the show notes. And don't forget, Schneider has unveiled the 2026 version of its hugely popular Score to Win promotion. In this exciting new game, installers must beat the keeper from the penalty spot as many times as they can to win points. And what do points mean? Prizes, of course. This year there are Premier League hospitality tickets up for grabs, as well as signed football shirts. Simply spend a minimum of £250 on Schneider Electric products in one transaction at any participating wholesaler. You'll then be given the opportunity to play a virtual game of skill involving kicking a football into a goal. There'll even be a public leaderboard so you can see how your mates are doing. I'll put a link to the terms and conditions in the show notes. Now, how about this for a bright idea? It's the Paul Russell's Lamp of the Week, and today we're bigging up the candle format. Who doesn't love a candle lamp? Nobody. Instead of the traditional gas-guzzling 40 watts, this LED version needs less than 5 watts to deliver the same light output. It's got an SES base and a warm colour temperature of 2700 Kelvin. The lifetime of the lamp is 20,000 hours. That's around 7 years for standard use. Now it's that great moment where we get to celebrate the sterling work being done by the next generation. Our Learner of the Week slot is brought to you by XS Training with their online electrical courses for beginners and experienced sparks, covering inspection and testing, solar, battery storage, EV charging, and their specialism NVQs and AM2 online prep. And our learner this week is Serhed Akan of New City College in London. Serhed has built a fantastic presence on LinkedIn. He posts brilliant photos of large containment installs, including metal trunking, metal and plastic conduit, and cable tray. And he celebrates the achievements of his classmates too. His photos show them enjoying the process and having a great time as they train. This is exactly the kind of positive culture we love to see. All in all, Serhed represents the perfect learner we want to highlight. He's committed, positive, and supportive of others. Congratulations on all you've achieved, Serhed, and well done on being our Learner of the Week in association with XS Training. If you're looking to break into the industry, we can help. eFIXX has set up a dedicated LinkedIn group for people training in electrical installation. It's aimed at apprentices, full-time learners, and adults training in the evening. Just log on to LinkedIn and search for UK Electrician Apprenticeships and Career Support. I'll also put a link in the show notes. If you're an employer looking to offer work experience or an electrical apprenticeship, we can help too. Just reach out to the team at eFIXX and we'll do our best to connect you with motivated learners in your area. And now, to the lighter side of the electrical news. Yes, it's time for a tea break with Quickwire and its range of incredibly rapid electrical connectors. An inspection of a 28-year-old solar panel installation has created a bit of a buzz in the trade. That's because engineers discovered that one of the junction boxes had become home to a wasp's nest. Wasps are known to like sheltered, dry and protected environments, but none of the team says they've seen anything like it. Equally, no one knows how the insects got into and out of the box. Even more surprising, the nest had grown undisturbed for years inside the sealed unit, posing a hidden risk to the system's wiring. So remember people, let's be careful out there. That's the lighter side of the news in our tea break with Quickwire and their range of incredibly rapid electrical connectors. Click the link in the description to check them out for yourself. Now it's over to the John Motson of the electrical industry. It's Joe 2.0 with all the latest news from our Fantasy Football League.
We're halfway through the huge double game week 33, with 3 fixtures still to come. Plenty of managers will still have a full team's worth of players yet to play, so expect most of these scores to look very different by the time we're back next. So far though, it's been a strong week for most. Big names have delivered, and as always, the real excitement has come from those low-owned differential picks popping up with big points. Let's get into the action. The Marshall Toughlegs team of the week goes to Hard Giraffe, managed by Paul Gifford. Paul's sitting on a very impressive 86 points, and that's with a huge 14 players still to play. The standout move was his bench boost, bringing in a massive 38 points alone, which is about as good as it gets. Lots of that came from Leeds assets, with Justin holding 16 points on his own. Paul will be watching the rest of his game week very closely, because this score could go from strong to ridiculous. Next up, the Fusebox Flyer of the week goes to Armed and Dangerous, managed by Jake Ingle. Jake also made the most of a double game week with a very well-timed bench boost, and it paid off nicely. The standout performer was Okafor, backed up by strong returns from Truffert, Tavernier and O'Reilly. That's pushed Jake from 78 points so far, climbing 30 places up the table, and with more fixtures still to come, he's not done yet. Now for the EV Blocks Defence of the week, which goes to Indy Non-Athletic, managed by Chris Burton. Chris's defence absolutely delivered, 43 points so far, thanks to 4 clean sheets and an assist from O'Reilly, who he also handed the captaincy. The bold move here was a triple up on Leeds' defence. It's a risky play, but so far it's paid off massively. Still one game left though, so this one could either get even better or get very nervy very quickly. Finally, it's time for the TIS transfer of the week. After this double game week, we head straight into a blank game week, where those same 6 teams won't have a fixture. That means squad planning becomes crucial, and differentials will be more important than ever. My standout pick for next week is Ollie Watkins. He's already delivered 2 goals and an assist this week, and if he carries that form forward, he's exactly the kind of player who can make the difference, especially with some favourable fixtures coming up. That's the highlights from game week 33 in the eFIXX Fantasy League so far. Huge thanks to our brand partners for backing the fun every week, and don't forget to enter the draw for the eFIXX Tool of the Week. The link's in the description. Until next time, may your captains actually play, may your benches be stacked, and may Leeds continue to disappoint Rick.
Thanks for that update, Joe 2.0. Now, just before we get to your favourite bit of the show where I reveal last week's challenge words and winners, we want to thank our premium partners. We couldn't make the news without you. First up, Ledvance. Your vision, their lights, celebrating 10 years and 100 years of experience. One of our favourite new innovations here at eFIXX, especially now it's in sexy new packaging. For rock-solid fixings in flimsier materials, don't just fix it when you can chump fix it. And the best thing to come out of Yorkshire since stainless steel, the home of EV Ultra and other groundbreaking and quality products, is Doncaster Cables. Click the links in the show notes to find out more about these great brands. If you think you know the words that I've smuggled into this week's show, pop your guess into the comments. We'll take all the correct guesses and select one at random to be the winner of an eFIXX goodie bag prize. Answers submitted after midnight on the Wednesday after release will not be entered into the draw. If you think you know the words I've smuggled into this week's show, pop your guess into the comments. We'll take all the correct guesses and select one at random to be the winner of an eFIXX goodie bag prize. Answers submitted after midnight on the Wednesday after release will not be entered into the draw. Now let's reveal the winners of last week's challenge word competition, as sponsored by Brady. Remember, if you need a label, they've got a printer and so much more. Click the link in the description to view their incredible range. Last week's words were contortions and frankincense, and loads of you got the latter, but no one got contortions. Scriptwriter Ray threw you all off with that made-up boomier word that he volleyed in last week, so no trip to the post office for our Jen this week, and let's see if we can do any better with today's episode. And now it's time for this week's weather from Joe Hammond and Fox ESS.
This week's ray of sunshine is on Love Ridge Electrical. Right, the weather, and you're not settling into any rhythm this week, with showers on and off, up and down the country. Northern and eastern areas are getting showers early doors, and they'll start spreading as the day goes on, some of them properly heavy as well, with the south and west dry and a bit of sunshine, actually feeling quite warm for this time of the year. Then Tuesday through to Thursday, it settles down a bit, but not completely. Northwest sees a few more showers hanging around on Tuesday, and there's a chance that Cornwall gets a bit of that on Wednesday as well. Everywhere else, though, you're looking at mostly dry conditions with some decent sunny spells, but strong easterly winds pushing through midweek. So care needed if you're working at height. So ditch the roof and perhaps bury your face in Amendment 4. Solar-wise, you'll get some decent generation in those brighter spells, but maybe worth topping up the batteries for when the clouds roll in. And that's your weather.
Thanks for that update, Joe 3PO. This week we've been lit by Flex 7 with their lightning-fast pre-wired modular lighting connection system that keeps your installation times razor sharp. Don't forget to click the links in the show notes to find out more. Thanks for listening to this episode of Electrical News Weekly in association with Anker Solix, the world's #1 plug-and-play balcony solar battery storage brand for 2 consecutive years. Make sure you subscribe to receive the next update. Thanks for listening, and until next time, have a great week. Stay safe out there, and remember, there's no such thing as a torque-calibrated arm.